Have you ever heard of Down syndrome, but you're not sure of what it really means? Or do you know a child with Down syndrome and you're wondering how best to support them? Today, we'll discuss what Down syndrome is, the common myths about Down syndrome, and how we can create a more inclusive society for people with this condition in Nigeria. Please stay with us to the end to learn the best ways to support a child, a friend, or a family member who is living with Down syndrome so that they can be able to live their best life. Now let's dig into it. Down syndrome is a genetic condition that is caused by an extra copy of chromosome 21. Now this extra chromosome affects the physical and intellectual development in a child, but it doesn't mean that people with Down syndrome cannot live happy, fulfilling lives. People with Down syndrome often have very distinct physical features and developmental differences, and these differences may include almond-shaped eyes with an upward slant, a small nose and a flat nasal bridge, single deep crease across the palm, and then delayed speech and motor skill abilities. Then sometimes they also have mild to moderate intellectual disabilities. Now let's debunk some common myths about Down syndrome. Myth number one, Down syndrome is a disease. No, it is not a disease. The fact is, it is a genetic condition, not an illness. Myth number two, people living with Down syndrome, they cannot learn and they cannot walk. That is not true. The fact is, with the right support system, they can go to school, they can walk, and they can lead a fulfilling life. Myth number three, Down syndrome only affects some certain races. No, that is not true. The fact is, it occurs in all races and different economic backgrounds, so it is not about a particular race or another race. Now, early intervention, special education, and therapy can help children with Down syndrome reach their full potential in life. Now, it can help them by engaging them in speech therapy for better communication skills. It can engage them in a physical therapy to improve their motor skills. Then it can engage them with an occupational therapist to help them in their daily task. And also, we should try to engage them in inclusive education in schools. Sadly, the stigma and the lack of awareness in Nigeria makes life harder for children living with Down syndrome. Some families hide their children due to fear of discrimination against these children. We all have a role to play in making life better for people living with Down syndrome. How can we do this? We can do it by encouraging inclusive education to help children living with Down syndrome in different schools. We can do it by supporting the parents and the caregivers of people living with Down syndrome. And we can also help adults living with Down syndrome by providing job opportunities for them. And please stop using harmful language and hurtful jokes at people living with Down syndrome. It will really hurt their development. Down syndrome is not a tragedy, it is a different journey. It is full of love and possibilities. Let's spread the awareness, let's change the stereotypes, and create a Nigeria where every child living with Down syndrome is valued. Now, if you find this video very helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more health and wellness content. Have you interacted with someone with Down syndrome? Or do you know anybody living with Down syndrome? Please share your experience in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going.